Okay, this is a video about a paragraph in our textbook. The paragraph is on page 12, and there are a lot of reasons why I wanted to talk to you about this paragraph. It's a very good example paragraph for us to look at. Okay, couple simple things first. Number one, you'll see the title, Cell Phones and Driving. Our textbook doesn't talk about titles, but I will now. Good titles have several characteristics. First of all, good titles are usually short, and this title is short. Second, you'll see that the word cell is capitalized, phones is capitalized, driving is capitalized, and is not. Okay, so nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs are usually capitalized in titles. Conjunctions and articles, conjunctions like words like and with, and articles like the and a are usually not capitalized unless the or a come at the very beginning. So if we had the cell phones, then it would be capitalized. But if we had the here, it would not be capitalized. Another important point about titles should tell readers the main idea of the paragraph, and this one certainly does, because the main idea about this paragraph is cell phones and driving. Okay, another point I want to make out is that this is indented, meaning that the writer hit on the keyboard the word tab, not the word, but the button tab, T-A-B, and that moved the line 5 spaces to the right. So we want to tab or indent when we write a paragraph. Okay, so now, important things to know. First of all, this is a great paragraph because we've got this nice topic sentence in the beginning. As you move further in your studies of English, you'll realize that paragraphs don't always have to have topic sentences at the beginning of them. But it's really good practice right now as we're learning how to write to have topic sentences in the beginning of the paragraph, either the first, second, or third, at the most the third sentence in the paragraph. This topic sentence is great. It's very clear what the topic is. It's many governments, and it's very clear what the controlling idea is, that they are responding aggressively to the threat that cell phones pose to safety on the road. Okay, now, this topic needs to be supported, so it needs lots of supporting details. Well, guess what? All of this section here contains supporting details, and it contains certain types of supporting details. On page 12 of our textbook, it says questions about the paragraphs, number 2, and it has an example, a statistic, and a quotation. Well, all of this has those things. For example, almost 1,000 automobile deaths. That is a statistic. Statistics are numbers. And statistics usually come from important sources, newspapers, magazines, articles, and they make the argument in your essay stronger. So statistics are good. Second, quotations. We have this quotation here from a university professor. Quotations from experts on the subject make your argument stronger. And then we have examples, and that's here. For example, the words for example tell us that there's going to be an example. That also makes your paragraph stronger. So remember, you want to try to have these things in your paragraphs. Not all paragraphs are going to have all of these things, especially if it's a paragraph about some personal experience. You're probably not going to have statistics, or you're not going to have a quotation, but you will have examples from your own personal life. A couple other things. Speaking about the quotation, you'll see that down here in the sources, we have the names of the people that the quotations come from. I didn't write all of them here, but I just wrote this one. But in your textbook on page 12, it has all 3. So it's important to do that when you do have a quotation, to have at the end of the paragraph or the end of the essay the source, so that people can go and look at it and make sure that you didn't make up the information. The other thing I wanted to point out is our concluding sentence. Governments are hopeful that these laws will lead to safer communication practices and fewer fatal accidents. So this is a summary of what we wrote here. And remember, concluding sentences, and let me back up, you'll find information on page 14 about concluding sentences. Remember, concluding sentences can do one of two things. They can either be a paraphrase, which means saying the same thing as the topic sentence but different words, or they can be a summary of what was written in the paragraph, the main point. And this is a summary of the main points. We got laws that are going to lead to safer practices and hopefully fewer fatal accidents. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope it's been very helpful.